And
I was
where?
born on an Indian reservation in Oklahoma. I'm three-fourths Indian, one-eighth African, and one-eighth Caucasian.
Oh my. Very
That's
cultured.
why my hair is straight. It hasn't had anything put on it but soap and water for over 4 years, but I'm going to start putting a little oil on it when I wash it. I wanted it to look like some of the other colored people.
Why? Make it look like you. So, what made you want to come to Champaign?
My brother came up back in the early 40s because we was in Will, Arkansas, and it had got where it was hard to find a job. He came up here and he found a job. Then some more brothers came up and they found jobs. By the time they got, and my two sisters, by the time they got through, I had no sisters and brothers down there. So I came up to Champaign-Urbana where they was.
Okay.
And I found a lot of friends too. You see those white guys up there?
Yes, ma'am. Who were they?
People I worked for,
Okay.
and they started treating me like a relative
Okay.
and helped me come to the big family meals sometime, like at night when people used to do. And I'm sitting up there with, excuse me, I don't mean harm. I'm sitting up there with all those white people and nobody but me, and I grew up where colored white people didn't agree, didn't work together.
Right.
So I was embarrassed, but I guess I was all right because they all seemed to like me.
So what were the names of your parents?
My mother was a swan. You ever heard of a swan?
I've heard of the animal. I don't know what the term is.
Well, she was African, not African. My head is hurting. What I just said,
Indian?
Indian, yeah. My mother was full blood Indian.
Okay.
My father was half Indian and half Caucasian.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm brown. His children didn't look like him, and they didn't look like their mother, but they looked like each other.
Oh, okay.
Because we had the same mothers and fathers,
So what were the names of your brothers and sisters?
I have to have all that.
You don't have to. We were just wondering. If you don't feel like answering, that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. There was William, the oldest one, Melvin, Peoples, we were Peoples.
Okay.
That's our last names.
Peoples? Okay.
My father was Bert Peoples.
Or Peoples. Okay. After coming to Champaign, where did you live? What was the specific street? Like, was it Park Street or was it somewhere?
I lived on Park Street. Hold on, since my head got the football kicked into it, my remembrance got bad. But I think I was over there probably about almost 50 years up there. I came up there and get it in my mind now. But I came up here when all of my brothers except one and my two sisters was up here. So I came up here in 1951, I think. I'm not sure, but I think that's when it was, 51, 61, 71, 81, 91, 2001. Yeah.
So who were your two sisters?
Helene Morgan, she passed away. Reginald Ishman, she's in Los Angeles.
So, how did you make a living when you were living on Park Street?
I made it do a lot of different things.
Okay.
I'm looking to see if I see anything. I don't have anything hanging out now that I made. But I draw, sew, and do a lot of things. Like those curtains. I bought two, and behind, where it goes the parkway, so people can't see in out there.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
I bought two sheets, large sheets, and made those.
Those are beautiful.
And the reason you can't see through the bottoms parts because they have that up there too.
Okay.
At the
That is beautiful. So,
and that's some of the material had left, wasn't enough to go all the way down.
oh, recycling. So, do you remember Park Street when you lived on it? Were there any big events?
Have you been down in the 500 block of Park Street?
Mm-hmm.
You know where the church is?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a house across in front of it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been able to see it. Every once in a while I get somebody to take me down and see. When drugs came in, there were people that killed to get the money. You may have heard of that, have you?
Yeah, I've heard of those type of.
So that's why I moved over here. I was over there 41 years in that house. I don't know if the house still there or not. And I got a 20-year agreement for paying. I paid for it 4 years because of the things I could make. Like that thing right there, purple thing right there on the couch.
Oh, this?
Yeah. That's some of my making. Now, I don't do good on things that I make. I put it together in the way I do because that's faster.
Oh, wow, that's how you did it. Okay.
And when they wanted to show it, and I let the university use it for a while. And then a lot of the rich white people paid me $45 for these.
Oh, wow.
And at that time, it cost $5 for the material.
Right.
So I did pretty good. I was able to buy 2 houses, and one for me and one for my sister. And y'all looking at me, it pays to learn everything you can. Because you never know when something that you learn is going to be real good for you because it brings in so much money and you'll be able to help your parents and do things that you need to do for yourself. Did you know that? You did good. I'm glad you did.
Well, I know
I
you're.
made this and the stuff with the cotton, you know. It's not real cotton. What I did, what I does, and that may help some of you that do things with your hands, start doing. I bought quilt bedding, and then you fold it and cut what you need, and put it in here. And this thing is real old now. It's still all right because that's been folded up. And I don't remember now, but probably, tacked with, I shouldn't say tacked because it go down and go on and come up. And that way, see, this has been washed a few times. And see, it don't ball up. Now, if it didn't, it would have been a ball by the time it got through washing and drying.
Right.
Y'all got to find out things. Are you learning anything for stupid me? You're not learning anything?
No, I'm learning.
You don't want the stupid.
No, I mean there's no stupid here. No, this is great.
Yeah. But it's good for young people to learn how some of us old people are because maybe it'll encourage them to do some things.
So, I know you said you were hitting the head with a football. I know your memory is kind of dim, but do you remember any specific stories from Park Street? Anything that stood out to you, or anything about the mural? Seeing the mural?
The one thing I don't want you to write it down.
Okay.
You know, most of the women didn't like me, and don't ever be that way. None of you. Because I said, by the grace of God, He started me making more money, and that was good because I had a big family, you know, with my hands as 10 years old.